It's more icebergs.
White and blue, pretty much.
We've got cloud on the other side, so.
So, for the left-hand side of the aircraft, we're coming up to the Underwood Glacier. Underwood was serving on one of the early American ships, and the ship called Vincennes, which is the bay that we're sailing in, or sailing along, flying along probably is a better description. But once again, you can see the glacier pushing out into the bay here, and then the bergs are part of that going out through there. So very heavily crevassed, and the height above sea level, there's some of those I'd be looking and saying, yeah, close to 30 metres. There's some of the tabular ones that are a little bit further out into the bay, but the colours that what we have here, yeah, the scenery is just extraordinary as such. There's a very large berg once again out on the left-hand side in the bay. I would say sitting probably 50 metres above the waterline through there. So right-hand side, we can see this flow of ice coming down, as Tony's described, from the high inland. So the other South Pole that we started to, or I started to talk about, is the pole of inaccessibility. So the South Geographical Pole, the Americans have a station called South Pole, and so they've been there from the time of IGY, and so they continue to build the station through there. Then the South Magnetic Pole, as we've described, is now sitting offshore. It moves, I think it's about 12 kilometres each year. So from the time that Mawson and his party went to the South Geographical Pole, it was to the South Magnetic Pole, it was some distance from the geographical pole, and as we say now, it's moved off into the ocean and continues to move. The pole of inaccessibility is relatively close to Vostok in the scheme of things, and it's the centroid, let's say, of Antarctica. So not necessarily the highest point. The highest point is still, we mentioned before, around 4,000 metres above sea level. So the height above the ocean is quite colossal. The ice itself, I don't think we've mentioned, but when did the ice begin in Antarctica itself? So Antarctica, the continent, many millions of years ago was sitting as part of the greater Gondwana land. There has been when I say cases, there are areas where there's petrified vegetation that's been found in Antarctica, but Antarctica, the continent, moved to its current position, and the theory is that the ice period began around 35 million years ago. What caused the ice to come is still subject to discussion, but it's something today that we know that around 5 million years ago was when the ice really began to grow to its current state, and as we say now, it's one that slowly being eroded, the sea ice as Tony's described. Left-hand side of the aircraft, we were telling you, is not necessarily all white. We're starting to get some nice colours in the sky through there now. And right-hand